Hi, welcome back again. This tutorial is going to deal with the use of brackets and frames. If you think of a bracket or a frame as just as a means to allow you to zoom in to a particular piece of information or a zone, because what we can start doing now is, if we look at our world that we have here and stop calling it a world now and call it a notice board. If we've got a notice board at home and we want people to see things and to pay attention to them, we make the writing on the notice board big so you can't miss it. Similar thing with prezi. If we want to add things to that particular topic and pin it on a board, we do the same with prezi. So what I'm going to do first of all is show you that we're going to create a zone around this. So if I go to a frame and I pick a circular frame, we loop that frame completely around that world there. That means if I've got another zone somewhere out here, and I'll just create another frame, I won't put anything in it, I can have things that I can jump from one topic to a whole topic and keep everything contained inside that frame. So that's what we would use a round circle for, to put a zone around everything that we want to contain in a certain area. It's like pinning all of your notices in one place to do with gas bills. Put them all on one pin and stick them on the board, all your utility bills, and that's where we are. If we now zoom into the inside of our little world here, as long as you leave enough space around a piece of text or anything that you're putting in, prezi will zoom into it quite comfortably. But what we might want to do is we might want to actually put a frame around it to make sure that it does. And to do that, we have a number of frames that we can choose. We can choose a background so that it sits nicely, and that's great for putting text over the top. It's a little bit like a page of paper. So we might do this on this one. So I'll choose that, and round here I'll just put a block around it. It's created a black background because that's the colour we chose, and the writing is on it. What will happen now is that when prezi zooms in, it will zoom into the parameters first off of that actual box. So if I go to show now, and you can see now that it's actually formed that path for that use. If I move to the next part of my path, you can see the text itself has filled the box. The text itself has filled the box. So that bracket that I've got here allows me to make sure that everything I want the user, the learner, the client to see is available. So I'm just going to take that back off show now. That is a text box, like a little piece of paper. I'm now going to zoom out and move to my next item. Now this one is on its side, so the easiest way that I've found to actually get it is to put it onto show and just click on it. That brings it to where I want it, and then click off show. I've now got the text where I want. What we're going to do this time is put a frame round it, and this time we're going to put a bracket. So now we bracket outside of those. You can see it's put a couple of brackets around it. And if we go to show, and we'll start at the beginning again. So we can see that we've highlighted the little black box. When I press the forward button this time, it's gone to the small piece of text. When it comes to this piece of text, it's got the brackets inside, so it's not blown it up full, it's kept it within its context, which is nice. It keeps everything in proportion. You can go from one place to another, and it's keeping everything in its place. What we're going to do now is obviously use the same technique before, because now this text look is upside down, and that's the next text that I want to deal with. So if I go to show, click on that, it will spin it round for me. It will fill my page, come back off show, and now I decide what frame I would like to put around this. And this last one is going to be a hidden frame. I use these a lot. If I like the background that I've got and I don't want to complicate it with frames, I put a hidden one in. So I'll put a hidden frame around that. It just puts a blue box round it, but you cannot see it when you come to do the show. So I'll go to show. I'll come back again to the beginning. Hopefully getting used to that now. So now the first one has a black background and we can see it. The second one will have the hidden frame, but it's put the text in the same bracketry. The third one will have the brackets around it. Thank you very much. On the next tutorial, what we're going to do then is to start to do some interesting things with this text, with the journey that we're travelling. So as we're making it spin, we're going to get it to go to places, and then we're going to get it to go to some detail, and we're going to pin more information around each of these three topics to show you how you can build a notice board. Thank you very much.